Greetings for this fifth week of the Easter season. According to the reading appointed for this fifth Sunday of Easter, which comes from the Gospel of John, Jesus said, "I am the way, and the truth, and the life." In the reading, both Thomas and Philip, two of the disciples, do not seem to be quite sure what Jesus is talking about. And the truth is that most of the rest of us are not too clear about what Jesus means either, especially regarding what Jesus means by being the truth. In this part of John's Gospel, Jesus goes on to say more about what he means. But later in John's Gospel, when Jesus is being questioned by Pontius Pilate, Jesus tells Pilate that he has come to bear witness to the truth. And Pilate then asks Jesus, "What is truth?" I've always liked the way the author Frederick Buechner describes this scene in a section called Truth, which first appeared in his book Wishful Thinking, and then later was republished in the book Beyond Words. Buechner writes this, and I quote, "Pilate asks, 'What is truth?' And for years there have been politicians, scientists, theologians, philosophers, poets, and so on to tell him. The sound they make," Buechner says, "is like the sound of crickets chirping." And then Buechner continues, Jesus doesn't answer Pilate's question. He just stands there, stands there. Buechner's point is that the truth embodied by Jesus as he stands there before Pilate is more than can be spoken or explained. Jesus stands there before Pilate with more than just a collection of evidence to be proven or justified. Jesus stands there before Pilate with more than a well-crafted ideological system of belief to be accepted or rejected. Instead, Jesus simply stands before Pilate as who he is, a divine mystery to be explored and experienced. In that moment, when Jesus stands silently before him, Pilate is offered a glimpse of the divine mystery, a glimpse of the kind of truth which flows like a river through the course of all life. We are offered such glimpses of truth. Glimpses of truth are all around us. We can catch such glimpses by looking and listening to life deeply, rather than just passing by what appears on the surface. We can catch such glimpses of truth by opening our hearts and minds to the unfolding mystery of life, rather than simply viewing life as a series of events to be judged as either bad or good. And we can tell when we've had such a glimpse of truth, because the divine mystery of the experience will lead us to explore the mystery further, rather than to just wrap it up in a neat package of detailed explanations and proofs. The kind of truth which is divine mystery always leaves us wanting to discover more. The other day, I was standing a bit off trail at a place called Forks of the River Wildlife Management Area, which is in Knoxville, Tennessee. And from my position on higher ground, I could see where the French Broad River, which begins as a stream in the mountains of North Carolina, and the Holston River, which begins in the foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia, where these two rivers come together to form the Tennessee River, the river I had been following on the walking trail. And as I gazed at what is called the confluence, I had this glimpse of truth. Divine mystery flows through life like the water of rivers flowing from one place to another, even over long distances, and even through many and varied lands. Sometimes divine mystery flows like the small trickle of a tiny stream, and sometimes like a mighty waterway. Sometimes divine mystery moves fast, and sometimes it moves slow. Sometimes divine mystery wears away the rock and soil of our lives to create new paths. Sometimes it deposits fertile sediment where there was no sediment before. There's much to discover about divine mystery by considering rivers, much to question, much to explore, glimpses of truth waiting to be caught. So stay with me a moment longer and open your eyes and ears, your mind and your heart to the experience of divine mystery as you view the following images along with the music and lyrics of the old hymn, "Open My Eyes That I May See."